All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name's Scott, my co-host, and my own worst enemy, Duncan Smith. How you doing, D?
Hey, Scotty, how are you?
Oh, yeah, good, bud. Today we're chatting about the second album by the 90s band Lit. Place in the Sun is the album. Dunk, is this even pop punk?
I think it is. I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and they say that it's not. But I mean, to me, this was the beginning of a lot of, wanting to be in a band, playing these songs with you in your basement. It's felt like pop punk to me.
I would say, first of all, Lit is not pop punk, but neither will this podcast necessarily be. I think just looking at a lot of the albums that we want to do, they're not all going to be pop punk. Some of it's going to be stuff that's influencing pop punk, influenced by. Obviously, we'll do all the classics, but in general, it's not going to stick just to pop punk. So
not exclusively.
No. Yeah, looking forward to anything 2026. What do you got coming out?
Some shows or albums?
Yeah, shows, anything. What are you looking forward to this year? Life, shows, music?
I mean, there's a new Newfound Glory coming out in a couple of weeks that I'm really excited for.
Nice.
There's a new Menzingers coming out. I'm excited for that. They have a new one. American Hi-Fi is releasing a new album this year.
Oh my goodness, Duncan. All right. Well, American Hi-Fi. Well, how about with this? How about we get right into the album and talk about what the podcast will be about? Essentially, what we're going to do is just go into deep dive into an album, what it meant to us when we heard it, if we've heard it before, what was going on in our lives. Maybe Dunk will give a little bit of a review, and we've done a little bit of research on these bands, finding some funny articles and watching some videos and stuff. So,
oh yeah, watching the Cribs that we saw, the MTV Cribs with Jeremy Popoff.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves yet, but let me start by going to the Wikipedia here. And A Place in the Sun, second studio album by American rock band. So they're known as a rock band, according to the internet. Released February 23rd, 1999. Duncan, when did you first see this cover with this girl on the front, that pool, that Lit logo?
Yeah, I got it in front of me here. And something I actually want to mention. It says that they have the reflection of the band in this picture, in the water. I don't see the band at all.
What? Really? Wow.
Yeah, that's what it says. It says on Wikipedia. And this woman is unidentified, remained anonymous.
Is that a drawing? Is that an actual photograph?
No, that's a real photograph of the model.
So this album, yes. So Duncan, yes. When did you first hear Lit? Tell me a little bit about this.
It came out in February 23rd. So I mean, I definitely didn't get this album till the summer. I remember being the summer and getting it, and kind of just it was the new sound, because at that time I'm listening to all kinds of Limp Bizkit, Rage Against the Machine, Offspring, Green Day. Those were the bands, and then Lit came around.
Yeah, I must have been. I'm trying to think. I mean, this time, so 1997 was Green Day. That was like Nimrod came out. We were in grade 7. Again, we were into punk, but we were into all types of music at that point. That you're right. You were into new metal was going off. Kid Rock we were listening to, all sorts of garbage there too.
Yeah, we didn't see them for a while though.
No, so it must have been Edge 102 or Much Music.
It was the Ziploc video. The Ziploc video is probably one of the first things that I seen.
So, but that was like third single of the album, though. So really, I feel like My Own Worst Enemy, we must have heard that on the Edge because that blew up all over the radio. Especially researching that was everywhere. So we must have heard that at the Cottage. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And at that time, I don't know. They weren't pop punk. They're still not to me now. But I mean, this was your beginning. This is your time as the beginning.
I mean, this is the beginning of a lot of things, yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, I had the CD, and I mean, we went to see them between this album and the second album, I remember. But, going to shows and things like that was all kind of new at this time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I guess I remember. Oh, well, I remember we were in a band covering this. I mean, a band as in me and you, so a drummer and guitar. It's not even a band.
Oh, we were a
Covering this
band.
in a. I don't think so. We were playing songs in my parents' basement
Yeah, we had
with a
plenty of
fucking
names.
microphone that hooked up to the radio. You had to go to a radio channel. It was like a Radio Shack little toy microphone. It was
Yeah,
horrible.
it still
Playing
worked.
lit covers and what other covers we do?
Oh, we did all kinds. We did played a lot of Green Day, Offspring.
Yeah, okay. So lit was. I feel like Green Day, Offspring. I mean, they're not hard to play, but like those were like songs. Lit was the first time, like hearing this is almost something we could do, I feel. Maybe that's why we like them so
Well,
much.
that
But
was another thing I wanted to say. Yeah, this was one of the albums that if you asked me to play it from front to back on drums, I could probably do it.
wow. Okay. Let's get into a little bit of the album's release. So this is produced by Don Gilmore. Did you look up who this guy is?
I did. I seen a lot of things that he's done. Yeah, yeah. Temple of the Dog, placing Serial Joe. He produced that Serial Joe album. Eve 6,
Looking right now, so wow, he was a big name in new metal as well. Korn, Dashboard,
yeah.
3 Days Grace, Avril.
Linkin
Um,
Park.
wow! Look, even a year ago, unsung hero of new metal, Don Gilmore. There's a Reddit post right here,
Yeah.
and wow, they got Hybrid Theory, then
Mhm.
Eve 6 Horoscope.
Yeah. Did some Dashboard stuff too.
Oh, okay, so yeah, a big deal for this one too. And in watching, look, if you guys want an actual history of this band, we're not going to go through the whole thing, but there is a good. Duncan, did you watch that? The Tragic History of Lit. That guy's like
Yes, I
15
did.
minute kind of. Yeah, that was good. That video really made me realize they were trying for a while. They were what? They were actually in a band called Razzle and
Razzle and
pop metal
Stain.
band called
Razzle and Stain. They
Razzle.
used to cover Nirvana.
That's right. Stained. And actually, I got something to talk about for that too. But these boys have been doing it for a while. The band consists of two brothers, Mr. AJ Popoff and Jeremy Popoff. I don't even know which one's which. Do you know which one?
I
Can you
do.
get
Yeah.
that together?
AJ's the singer. Jeremy's the guitar player with the long beard.
We got a bassist, Kevin Baldez, who they've been playing with since '86, and they did have a drummer for a long time that unfortunately passed away. But we'll get to that later. But these guys have been playing for a while together. Eh? Wow! So this is not their first album. Tripping the Light, fantastic. Once they changed their name to Lit, was their first album. Duncan did get that. I don't know why none of us really liked that.
I had that
even
CD.
afterwards.
I had it after Place in the Sun, though.
Yeah, they didn't get anywhere with that. This is the one that really brought them to the mainstream. They put a lot behind this. It ended up selling. Let's look at this. So it peaked at number 31 on the Billboard US 200s, number 1 on the Billboard Heat Seekers. Like that's huge. 3 singles from the album were released: My Own Worst Enemy, Ziploc, and Miserable. Place in the Sun has been certified gold in sales in the US and later certified platinum. So this album is sold more than 1 million copies. Can you believe that? There
I
is
got
a
one.
million. We got a couple because you got vinyl. That counts as another one that you've bought.
Yeah.
But the big one here, first single, Place in the Sun, My Own Worst Enemy, reached number 1 on Billboard's modern rock chart, 11 weeks. We'll get into the track by track, but man, what a hit that was. And that's, I got some things to say about that song too. Anyway, reviews weren't favorable at all, which I was surprised by that, to be honest. But just on Wikipedia here, we've got All Music gave it a 2 out of 5. NME gave it 4 out of 10. So, I mean, not
Well, that's
good.
a bad
high,
score. That's like a score
Yeah.
you'd probably give it. I don't know. I
yeah.
rate this album pretty high.
Do you really?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess this is where we should really get into the Duncan is a pop punk. You hold on to these bands. You do not let go. My tastes have changed quite a bit over the years, but I still like some of it. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm
And
listening
coming
to
back
the
Lit,
if there was a new Lit, I'd listen to it. But I mean, my expectations for these things are very low. I mean, their newest one was 2022, I think, and I mean, I listened to it, and it's not very good. But
I mean, in general, you're staying up to date with all this. I'm not, and I think that's what the podcast is going to be. Is more, you both of us talking about how much these albums meant to us, but I think you more than me will be, showing me some new stuff or albums that I've missed, or I don't know. I don't. We'll have a way of picking albums between us, but I think we've got the first maybe 10 that we've got picked out. We can talk about some classics, and this one, not a classic anymore. I don't think. I think. Look,
Oh,
I'm looking at the
this is the
Wikipedia right now.
definition of a classic, I think.
In re-listening to it, I
You
don't
didn't
know
like
why
it?
I loved it so much. However, look, I'm looking right now on Wikipedia. Wow, this is in the top 20 pop punk albums, which will make you nostalgic. So, I mean, it's been a massive influence on Eve Six, Good Charlotte, American Hi-Fi, the All American Rejects, and Zebrahead. So, I mean, it inspired some really classic pop punk albums, and I'm not talking about Good Charlotte there, Duncan.
Oh, what do you mean?
Um,
It definitely inspired Good Charlotte.
so we've got okay. So this album was recorded in NRG Studios, Northern Hollywood. They are calling the genre on the album is pop punk or power pop. So I
Yeah.
mean, I think this
See?
album more than their other ones too, for sure. And in listening to it, it did have its moments of pop punk, but in
Yeah.
general, this is
Well, they
go ahead.
almost turned into country by the end of it. And but yeah, the first couple albums are definitely considered pop punk.
See, that's I don't know. To me, like, and I mean, we've talked about this briefly, but I mean, pop punk is Blink. It is Starting Line. It is Newfound Glory. It is Sum 41. It is Green Day to a point, or maybe newer Green Day was more pop punk. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Lit, really? Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Um, all right. Well, funny stories around when this came out. I mean, dude, you mentioned that Opera House show that was between this album and the album after. I think at the
Atomic, yeah.
time we like couldn't have wanted a better show than Lit at the Opera House in Toronto, which is what 800 person venue, 1,000 people max.
Yeah.
And me, you, who else was
opened
there?
for that? Who opened for that show?
No, I don't. Yeah, we got to look that up.
Is that
Do you
show?
have the details of that one? I have some memories of that. All right, but I will never forget. We were definitely you and I, and it was smoking inside, and
We got
you and I
caught.
decided. No, we didn't get caught. No, we smoked an entire joint right near the front, like 2 rows deep. Probably stunk up the whole place. I remember the band looking at us and laughing. Like we must have been, I don't know, how old
we were
we
so
then?
obvious.
Like
For
17 years old. So obvious. They
Definitely.
were and like
Handsome
happy
Devil.
in
It
the
shows.
meantime. Oh, that's right.
Handsome
I,
Devil.
I remember them. They were kind
Did
of
we
like
did we go for the opening band for that? That's
yeah,
September
we saw
18th, 2001. That's like your birthday show, basically.
September 18th, 2001. So
Yeah.
what happened 7 days before that?
I mean, what'd you do for your birthday?
9/11, bud. So you're telling me that Lit was still touring and you and I were still just having a blast going to see
Yeah.
our favorite place in the sun while like a week before we watched the towers fall on TV in grade 9 at fucking wow.
Wow.
I didn't realize the timing of that. Okay. Well,
Yeah, no, that's heavy.
so this album is out. So that's their second album then, and that's what actually in that tragic history little YouTube, that's what they talk about. Their second album flopped, and a lot of it was probably to do with the post 9/11. Rock was kind of dying there. Yeah, we'll get into that. I'm sure we're going to do that album one day because we love that one too. But wow, I do remember that show vividly. I remember them laughing at us because we were smoking a giant split. I remember arms
The
around
place
each
was
other.
so
for
small
that
that
one.
you see everything. Yeah.
I remember the song "Happy in the Meantime." You remember that?
Oh, that we
And-
were waiting for that one. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! I remember that show. And so, sorry, what day of the week was it too? Because we were also so young. Opera House was an hour.
It's
and
showing
a
a
half from home.
Tuesday.
We
night.
were traveling very far across the city, like at that point. And
Yeah. I live next to the Opera House now.
all right, there you go. Doxed himself already. I remember looking at those guys, and we'll get into it, but I thought they were the fucking coolest dudes at that
Oh, yeah.
time.
Really cool
Like,
guys.
That AJ? No, Jeremy with the goatee. He had
Yeah.
this long goatee, which he still has to this day. I can't believe it.
Does he?
Um, oh yes, he has that, doesn't he? Some of the recent pics I've seen, he has that, or maybe he's got a fake one. Like, but dude, I remember being like, I want that one day. Like, I remember us with our little
Never
grade
wanted
9
that.
scruff.
Yeah, just wanted an eyebrow ring.
And we'll get into it. Some of the videos I was watching today, I think, yeah, we'll talk about it. But I've got some funny things that I think inspired me from some of the videos. But man, I remember just like that. You're right. I think this was one of the times that I'm like, I can do this. I can play guitar. And
Yeah,
from there, we did start
definitely.
bands. We kind of like, for sure, it was those little bands like that. It wasn't, Green Day obviously and Blink, but they were hard to play, or like,
Yeah,
we
we
weren't
just we
we
got
weren't good
through it.
enough.
We got through it. But I mean, lit.
Lit,
Yeah, like lit were songs that we could actually perform and we could actually do, and it was really fun, and refreshing.
totally. Well, lit. All right. So what do we got here? Why don't we get into the track by track little listing? We can go through song by song. We're not going to play any clips on the actual show, but everyone, you got Spotify. Throw this album on, and we'll take it in order. Duncan, get your notes out here, and let's talk about the hidden intro track. So,
Well,
which at the time,
there's an interview from Spin Magazine saying that, from Jeremy saying, we always want the records to feel like a live show. That's why we made a live intro to set the whole tone. It's like, they did that for every album, it seems. Like this album had that intro, it was one of those minus intros, kind of like you had to rewind it on the CD. Remember Korn had that and Follow the
and
Leader? Yeah.
that's so stupid. Like, that's like every band was doing that then. Like, what was that about? And like, again, I didn't even know that this hidden intro existed until I put it on Spotify recently. And that's the thing. I listen to Lit once every 10 years, or if it's in your car or something like that. I couldn't believe that on Spotify it didn't sound like
It
playing
starts with
track
the
one.
it starts with the
Yeah.
intro. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, why were bands doing that? Like, what was that all about?
I like it. I like it. It's a little bit of a hidden thing, and it makes you kind of dig a little deeper.
Well, definitely the first song, and I think even to this day is a banger. Duncan,
Yeah,
you want to get
4.
into it
Yeah,
song by song?
4.
Let's talk about the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah, the first song, it should have been a single. I think it's a familiar first track because people seem to know it, and they don't really. It wasn't on the radio, I don't think. But yeah, they seem to play
I
it
mean,
every single show.
yeah, I mean, this is like, you start a show like this. I mean, even that Woodstock '99 video that I watched today, they start with this, and they do a big guitar intro and all that too. And eventually, what's his name, AJ, runs out, and yeah, I mean, all right, let's get into the song. But
But yeah,
what
but
do you
then
think in general?
sorry, what's that?
What do you think about AJ's lyrics?
I I don't think that there could be worse. Definitely could be worse.
Some of
But I
these are
mean,
really bad. I didn't I didn't go
mean,
through them all, but man, I didn't realize.
well, on
yeah.
the next song, My Own Worst Enemy. There's a couple quotes here from that Spin magazine saying, "My own worst enemy, the result of waking up and realizing you screwed up the night before. The first verse is about screwing up with your chick. AJ's the king of having 4 ex-girlfriends show up at the same show. It's funny watching him try to juggle." What a funny
Dude,
thing to
I
say.
read that same thing too. I read
Yeah,
that. I couldn't. I wrote a little note after reading a bunch of articles, and it was yeah, his brother basically saying like he has a lot of ex girlfriends. Here's one quote about that song too. So yeah, so second song, My Own Worst Enemy. That's their big hit. Everyone knows this. I think it was what? It was in like a rock band. It was in
yeah, it was in rock band. It was in a lot of movies.
you said they play it all the time in hockey games. Like, it's turned into one of those. Everyone knows the riff.
Yeah. They're singing it. They're singing it in Detroit Red Wing games. They between like the whistles and things like that.
I took a little screenshot from this one interview here, and here's about this song. Here's Jeremy saying, "It's based on a few true stories at that stage in our lives," admits lit guitarist Jeremy Popoff. Released in June 14th, 1999. Okay, so we must have had it that summer before the album came out.
That's what I mean. We
Oh,
had
no,
it in
no,
the
no, never
summer.
mind. It was February. Okay, anyway. But they say
It came out in
we
February.
weren't much. That's right. So the song turned 25 a couple years ago, and we weren't much older than that when we wrote the song, he says, recalling standing around drinking natural lights and smoking cigarettes in our dingy warehouse in Anaheim, California. So, I mean, like, these guys are doing the same things. Like, they're still sitting around, chatting, drinking, smoking about this. Like,
There's
dude,
a funny thing I
anyway.
have here. It's saying AJ Popoff said that the song was the combination of many, many incidents. Sometimes I get in trouble when I get naked in public and have a girl there. It happens when I've been drinking Jägermeister. He says, I actually sang my own worst enemy naked in the studio. They
Oh
love
my
naked. They
God.
love being naked,
They
this
love
band.
Naked. I found a lot of ridiculous stuff. I know. Well, okay, first of all, the first song, we'll go back quickly because I wanted to point out that line. The chorus where it's, yeah, she doesn't think we're going to make it. But when I'm
Oh, that's,
home, we're sleeping naked.
yeah.
Like, and not, I just, everything I've heard, yeah, is him getting naked, him exposing himself. Like, dude, yeah. Okay. We'll go back to my own worst enemy because I got to go through the lyrics of some of this. This is bad. Can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk? I didn't mean to call you that. So there's the first line of the song. Right away, it's just like, and we got, of course, the chorus of my car is in the front yard and I'm sleeping with my clothes on. So we got some drinking and driving is normalized to these boys. And
Oof.
like, it's just, he's wondering why his car's in the front again. He came in through the window last night and you're long gone. I mean, not a yeah. I hope he doesn't drink and drive anymore. But man, like funny song as a teenager, but I don't know. Like, do they still have fun singing that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a thing here. It says American Songwriter Magazine reports the song ranks amongst the most broadcasted, karaokeed, and covered songs in music history. So
Wow,
that song reached a lot of people.
it's got dude right now as of today, 2026. It has almost 500 million plays on Spotify. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's just on a 500 million. Like that's crazy. They're making some money from this. To this day, these boys are rich from this one.
yeah. I mean, it's still played in movies and things like that, all kinds.
This song kind of whatever summer that was, 99, it was the song of the summer. It was everyone was singing it. Everyone was getting drunk to it. I mean, I think we were still a little underage, but I imagine the older kids were. And man, just hilarious. Anyway,
Indulging.
all right, let's get into the next song. What do we got here?
Down.
Down. So I'm just turning on the song here. I want to see the lyrics as yeah. I there's something about the filler songs on this album are awful in my opinion. And I would count this song as one of
It's
those.
funny because this song's in a bunch. It's mixed in with a bunch of singles too.
This
'Cause you-
song is not pop punk at all. This is like, I don't know. This is like grungy. Like, I mean, they still have those harmonies that maybe could be pop punk, but I don't know. What is he even talking about in the song too? We're looking money and she's super clean. The fins are flying, sculpted silver gleam. Is he talking about his car?
Oh, you must be.
Where is
They
she
love
going with a
cars, and
punk?
casinos.
Yeah, that's one thing in reading about this band and looking up all these videos and everything. I don't like this aesthetic. Like,
Oh,
did you
they're
see all
heavily
this?
influenced by Vegas and
Yeah, but like the worst way too. Like, I find some Vegas vibes cool, but I don't know. Like the even the logo, it just ugh.
I
I
like
don't
their
know.
logo.
I don't. I guess maybe it's not the logo. Maybe it's just the like fadedness. I'm looking at the My Own Worst Enemy single song too. Like, oh, it's just anyway. Um,
The next song, "Miserable," they had a big video for that with Pamela Anderson.
that's a big one. I mean, that I remember hearing that and thinking it was so cool. Yeah, firstly, yeah, Pamela Anderson in the video. Um, the lyrics. So the lyrics go, "You make me come, then you make me complete, then you make me completely miserable." Thoughts on that, Dunk?
I always thought that was a good little play on words.
At the time, I thought so too. But if you and to this day, they think that is the most genius line ever, and they
Yeah,
coming
they
up with
love
that. I can just picture what's his name, AJ or Jeremy, just in their little home studio and just you make me come, and then someone's like, wait, you make me come, like awful, awful, really,
Well,
really
it's
bad.
funny listening to this recently. This was one of the most enjoyable songs on the album. Listening back to it, like recently, yeah, I love the song and the video. I remember like they met Pamela Anderson on the set of that VIP show because there was an episode on Lit about them being a band and like Valerie Irons was protecting them and what an episode.
Yeah, it seems like they jumped right in with all, like, there's them at MTV Spring Break dancing with Carmen Electra and playing a song. They've
Yeah,
got
yeah. What
Pamela
they play
Anderson
on?
in the
What they play
video.
on that?
I don't know. I watched it. It was in one of those articles. I mean, we have to post it in the show notes. It is so time and place due, but um, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know. I just they're not too bad
What year
live,
was
I would
that?
say. It was like 99. I think it was that summer. I think it
Just
was
had that album
it
out.
was yeah, yeah, I think so. But um yeah, but miserably at the time, yeah, I thought this was so cool. What a lyric. Wow, they're so
And we
smart.
covered this one too. We played this one.
This was our favorite. I remember singing this at the cottage. Yeah, we were playing this in
Yeah.
our Destination Unknown little band of two.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, this is big. This is big. But now, listening back, I gotta say, not my favorite. Do not like this one.
Oh.
I think the lyrics are awful. I think, yeah.
One of the stronger songs on the album, though. No, what did you say?
Well, I mean, I got a couple. The next song.
The
So
next song, yeah, no big thing. Yeah, perfect transition to the next song, right into it. Uh, this was actually my first favorite song on the album, and it's called "No Big Thing." Yeah, it was on "Tripping on the Light Fantastic," the first album.
yeah. So what do you got? So they re-recorded this, or is it just the same version?
It's re-recorded for sure.
Okay.
You definitely know that Lit wanted us to hear this song.
Yeah, I mean, if they think that it's worth putting on their first album, they have it, and then someone's like, "No, you got to put that on this one, on your next one too." So yeah, listening to this album again for the first time, I swear, in 10 years, front to back, in this last couple weeks, this stood out. This is a
Oh, yeah.
great song.
This is a standout song. Yeah.
I mean, just looking at Wikipedia, this is one that has just Jeremy Popoff as the writer. So all tracks are written by Jeremy and AJ, but this one is just Jeremy. Um, why isn't he crediting his brother in this one? Like, why does he have to? Sorry, man. Like, not this one. I want just me on this one. Like, what's that about?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. They seem like they got along pretty good.
Well, maybe this is also one, because if this is one of the best songs, my favorite on this album, yeah, maybe AJ's ruining every song. Like,
Well, the thing is this album is very front heavy. So I mean, like the next song, Ziploc, there was a big video for that, and but yeah, the album is very front heavy from like the outside view.
so what was the video in this one? Because I remember this is
Well,
what were they
Blink One
doing?
Eighty Two runs through the video. It's like a cameo from What's My Age Again.
That's right.
But
That's
yeah,
right. That's
I mean, to me, this is what I feel was the first thing that I seen of Lit. But I mean, I could be wrong. Do you know when these videos came out?
Yeah, I don't know what the video. I'm looking right now on the Wikipedia. So this is the follow up single. So this is the second single. So My Own Worst Enemy was out. The follow up single was Ziploc. I don't have a date for the single here, but it's probably February. So it's probably coming out in that same summer too. And they probably, that same summer we saw this too.
Yeah. I just remember seeing this one first, I think.
Wait, and the video starts out with a homage to Twisted Sisters. We're not going to take
Yes.
it. You know
yes.
this? Remember this?
The lead singer of Twisted Sister plays the angry father.
The video ends with the band leaving in a limousine with Mark Hoppus and all that. Okay, yeah. All right. So maybe that's why they were kind of also associated a little bit more with pop punk too, because I really don't hear it in the sound as much. But I mean, they got
that
Blink
actually
in the video.
That definitely would be another reason why they would be. Yeah, definitely. And even the cover of the album kind of seems like this song is sort of like from that, like it's from that art and that, like
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the art too. It's pop punky, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I mean, again, I don't think the term was like no one was calling stuff. I think once Blink and Sum 41 and Newfound Glory, that's when like the term pop punk was everywhere. This was just before it, so absolutely. I guess we could put that in, especially if Blink's in their video here too. But I just don't hear it
The
today.
Wonder Years cover this song too.
Do they really? Wow. All right, next track, "Lovely Day."
Yeah.
Jeez,
On the one discs, this is the start of side B. So this is like the beginning of like, the second side. I mean, I think that this could have been in movies and things like that, but it's a good deep cut on the album, I think. Did you like this one?
I mean, I didn't write any notes for it, so it didn't really stick with me. I'm looking at the lyrics now. I don't see anything too ridiculous, but
It doesn't stand out.
I mean,
It's not a skip though.
I did find the album did once the singles were done. No big thing. I was like, is this thing still on? Like,
Started skipping.
yeah. I mean, I'd love to see a set list. Maybe we'll look at that a little bit later on and see what they were playing at the time when we saw them. But I'm sure it was good live. Just hearing this now, it's just like next. No.
Yeah, we should see what they played at that Opera House show. I wonder how much A Place in the Sun that we got.
Absolutely want to pull that out for sure too. Next song on it, "Perfect One." Now I wrote beside this, "Weird Song." So when I heard this, I had to make.
This was in the movie Little Nicky.
It's just a weird song. Like, again, this is not a pop punk song at all. Like, I don't even understand what this was. This is like a ballad almost, right?
I love this song. This is one of the ballads. Yeah, this is like a slow ballad.
This is, yeah.
This is definitely essential for the album. The next song,
that one,
Quicksand, yeah, for sure. Quicksand is definitely an underrated song on this album. Running out of you.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So they played that on the Woodstock thing I watched today, and I wrote down beside that I wrote "decent." So that one didn't feel, for some reason it stood out for me. It made me write down something compared to some of the others on here. But
they played this live too,
for sure. All right, number 10, "Happy."
Now to me, this is a standout song. To me, this is like one that you can't take off the album and you have to play live.
How would they play it without all these horns? This is the song that has how many people are on this track because of it? They've got a saxophone, trombone, trumpet, and to be honest, I don't think their horns are needed. I think they ruin the track, if anything. Like,
to me, it breathes like new life into the album.
It's just so out of place, though. Like, I don't understand how all of a sudden they just want to throw in some horns and some like.
I mean, I think that this actually could have been maybe the end of the album. It's like you cut it here, kind of make it a nice clean 10 songs. But I mean, I thought that this was one of the stronger songs in the album.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that maybe the song was great, but man, the horns were so unnecessary and so unneeded, in my opinion.
I mean, I love that song because of that. To me, that's getting me to want to go see them. And
they would never bust horns out or something. And I mean, I'm curious if they even play this thing too. I'd love to hear actually a version because, the horns don't add anything to me personally. And last track on the album, "Best Is Yet to Come Undone."
No, there's two more, but to me, this is kind of the cut of the album. This is the skip. I mean, I still love the song.
More. Oh, I still cut that off. Yeah,
I still like the song a lot, though. The verses are actually my favorite. The chorus isn't really. The verses are the strongest part of the song, I think.
Yeah, I this one, the only thing I wrote down is not a fan of this one. I'm going to listen to it again, and I did cut off. I obviously listened to the last song. I cut it off in my little notepad here, but "A Place in the Sun," the title track, 4 minutes and 20 seconds, putting the whole album at 45 minutes and 16 seconds. Duncan, closing the album, "Place in the Sun." Is that how to close an album or no?
I think that the title track is a good way to close it. I always like an acoustic track at the end of a pop punk album or some kind of acoustic song or something like that.
It's not memorable to me. I'm gonna just skim over the lyrics here to see when I. Okay,
you say the song or the album?
The album, sorry, the song. We'll sum up the album in a bit, but the song itself, I don't know. Nothing to close out an album. Nothing to. If you make it that far in the album, I mean,
for sure,
it's just fading off slowly.
The last two are kind of the cuts for me.
Yeah, so I guess look, it's the Popoff brothers are the writers. A couple of them, Jeremy wrote one on his own. This one, there's additional lyrics by Danny Peck in one. Did you see that on Wikipedia? It was weird, but
Oh.
I guess two guys writing all the songs. The bonus edition has actually a couple Woodstock live. We got a down acoustic version and Money, Duncan, and I
Yeah,
did
that's on
listen to
the
that.
vinyl. That's on the vinyl.
Oh, nice. Okay, okay. Didn't know that song before. I must say, it's pretty here and back now. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's one of the more talented sounding songs, I think.
Yeah. So, and here we go. So, even in Canada, this thing sold 50,000 records. So, it's certified gold in Canada. The UK, this sold 60,000. So, these guys even broke in across the Atlantic a little bit. That's strange. I thought they were US and Canada only, but and then well over a million in the US. Duncan, you are the owner of at least two records. I think I bought it on CD back in the day. We'll get into the vinyl later on, but
No,
before we do that,
one vinyl, one vinyl.
one vinyl. But you bought the CD back in the day,
Yep.
100%.
Oh, I had every one of their CDs. Yep. Did you have any of their CDs?
Oh, I absolutely bought this in Atomic. Oh yeah, like Lit. To me back then, Lit was like huge. Like they were in the top 10. That's like
Never
I don't
top
consider
10.
them pop punk. They were top 10 for sure at one point, and it was only those two albums. And I can't even remember the album after Atomic, which is their 2001 album. But
2004. And that was the
mm,
self-titled one. That was the, yeah. I like that one a lot. I mean,
I gotta give that one a listen again. But I remember at the time, like these two albums, we were just such huge fans. Like they only came here once, I think. Like we
yeah.
only saw them one time, and it was that Opera House show. Like,
Yeah.
what is that? Why aren't they coming to Toronto?
It'd be nice if they played some of those like Warp Tours or Edge Fests.
Yeah, I mean, I did see in doing the research, they opened for a lot of bands. Like they were probably a solid opener, but I don't know how many times they were doing their own shows. But they did Offspring. Like, did we never get a chance to see them again in Toronto opening for someone, and we just didn't go? Like,
No, we didn't. I never seen them. I can't. I think that was the only time we saw them, wasn't it?
I think
I mean,
so.
we
It's
can
and
go
that's
see them.
crazy.
They're playing this summer in Niagara Falls.
Well, dude, when I was looking today and some of the stuff, they're just on the casino circuit now, but they're not even playing like big towns. Like I don't think they have a big following. I think they're just a nostalgia band, and they basically, if they get a gig, they'll do it. But you look at the routing on some of these tours even too, and it's not like they're doing a nice world tour and hitting up every city. Like they're playing when they can, or if they can get on a bill in a couple of casinos, like yeah. But
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Any shows they
Oh
can.
wow, okay, yeah. Oh, I'll save that for a little bit later on. Look, if you got nothing else to say about the track by track review, we'll talk about the album overall in a bit. But Duncan, have you gone and checked out all their? Do you follow them on social media? What do you go to their website or anything? Have you
I
seen this
don't
thing,
know if I follow them on social media.
dude? Okay, I want everyone to go to their website right now. I mean,
Yes,
if you
I
can
do.
even
I
find
follow
it,
them on. Sorry, I follow them
do you
on
really?
Instagram. Yeah, but I mean, they're posting. That's kind of how I knew about some of those shows, like the one with Switchfoot and Fuel in Niagara Falls, and they're playing couple dates there. But you're right, not
Where
big
is
cities.
no? I'm just trying to find. I found their website. Okay, first of all, their website. It's litband.com, but they also have another official website, but it's kind of like
The
merch
Lit
or something.
Lounge.
Like, is that a thing?
There was something about the Lit Lounge back in the day. Yeah.
Honestly, that sounds familiar. Anyway, I want everyone to go to litband.com right now, and just the photo that's on the front page right now is ridiculous. Duncan, please go to that as well too. I'll put it in the
Yeah,
chat
I'm
here for
there.
you.
I'm there.
But you're there. You're seeing
Yeah,
this.
I'm seeing this.
I mean, okay. First of all, he does still have the goatee.
Yes.
Jeremy, just there's something about. First of all, they don't look like brothers. Second of all, I don't know. There's something about the way he looks. Is it the eyeliner that he wears? Like, why does Jeremy look so weird? Or AJ look? He looks so strange to me.
I
No,
think they look. They look. That looks like Lit, man. That's lit. That's
man.
lit in
They're still doing the
2025,
California
26.
vibe. Like,
Yeah. They
I,
love the
I gotta
pool.
mention.
They're clothed.
I guess, yeah. I guess they have clothes on too, but like, they always have. Yeah, I guess they always want to be by the pool. Eh? They want to be known as this California band.
They're a summer band for sure.
I mean, go to the about section, please, too. Look at them sitting at their trailer park there, too. Please look at that picture right now.
Wow.
That is, I just also too, like, I can see what that whole day was like setting up photos. And if
Yeah.
that's the best photo they
That's the
got
best
of
one that they could
that,
have come up with. Yeah.
like, I'm sorry. Like, just the label's got to stop spending money on these guys then. Like, I don't know. Um, anyway, oh my God, look, go down a little bit to the
On the
bottom of
about.
that same page. Yep, on the about, right at the bottom. Look at those
No, I
photos.
see them. I see them. That's lit, man.
That's lit. Okay. Well, all right, they're on the casino circuit right now. Good for them. I mean, they're doing better than we are. Like,
I think I
but
would only go see them if I had people pushing to go see them like with me. I'm not going by myself, that's for sure.
you're not. You wouldn't go see Lit by yourself.
No. Not unless it's down the
What?
street. Oh, I'm not going to Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be stuck in traffic. And where are you going? You're going to see Lit. I mean, jeez.
Can't justify
Uh,
that.
so yeah, so some things here. Okay, so one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at articles. We're gonna try to find some funny things, some live performances. We're gonna obviously miss some things, so or we get some things wrong. I mean, in the future, if we really get something incorrect about the band, um, we'll get back. But Duncan, what have you found on Lit? Let's get into that section. Any good videos you want me to check out? Any good
I mean, there's
articles?
the Woodstock 99 video and that Cribs that I was talking about.
Let's talk about the Woodstock 99 because I got some notes on that too.
I
All right,
mean,
it's on YouTube. Woodstock 99. So this is Lit at this. So that happened what, June? So that's right in the heart of like Lit's rising to the top.
yeah,
And
they
what
pretty
time
much
of
played
day,
the whole Place in the Sun album.
what time of day was it? Because the crowd was not like that into it, like compared to the
It was during the day. I'm not sure where that fits in their set.
some notes that I wrote on this. We did have AJ Popoff saying the line, "You guys look good with clothes on, but it's time to get naked." And then he says,
Did
"Not
they
you
get
guys,
naked
you
on
girls, I
stage
mean."
at Woodstock?
They didn't get naked on stage at Woodstock. However, he did take his shirt off, and I did notice he did have
That's
his nipple
okay.
pierced. And I now think, Duncan, that was the inspiration for me for the nipple piercing myself.
Oh, it must
Because
have been.
why else would I have gotten it? Like it wasn't a thing in pop punk at the time, was it? I mean, maybe Mark Hoppus had a nipple piercing, right?
Yeah, I mean, the piercings were big. I know I got my eyebrow pierced because Papa Roach. So that was my
Man,
inspiration for that.
mutilating our bodies for these bands. Like, but it was either Mark Hoppus or that. I must have gotten that in my head, like, wow, that's so cool. He's got his nipple pierced. And I went and did that.
Yeah.
But man, I will say this about AJ. Give the guy a guitar on that Woodstock performance. He's literally playing air guitar
He's
the
playing
entire
air.
time.
He loves the air guitar. Yeah, on some of these
Looks like an
performances. Yeah,
idiot
yeah,
doing it.
yeah. But I
But
mean,
the way he's playing it too,
yeah.
dude,
Well, didn't he start as the drummer?
there was something about that. Yeah, he started as the drummer and then they put him on vocals. I feel like he's just like, is he the younger brother?
Yeah, he's the younger brother. He started as the drummer, and they eventually put him on vocals. And I mean, he's got a lot of
They just
energy.
couldn't find a. They probably just couldn't find an instrument. He couldn't play anything. Started on drums. I can't keep time. Can't write a song. All right, I guess yeah. Try vocals, and his brother's like, yeah, I got my brother's got to be in the band with us, so
It seemed to
I'll
fit.
give him a
Seemed to fit.
songwriting credit.
Like, bring your
I
younger
did
brother.
notice. I definitely noticed the Jägermeister logos everywhere. They also had a bottle of it. They also
they
had
love
on their guitar
Jägermeister.
picks Jaeger. What's that about? Are they sponsored by them?
It's their drink of choice.
I know, like, there's something so cheesy about that now. Like, I get that, like, but like, I don't know. Maybe at the time it was cool. I drink Jaeger. Like, you got your brand and you want to show it off, but like,
Well, their house on Cribs, it's like every room is a bar. Seemed like there's a Sinatra
Dude.
poster on every wall, and there's a bar. There's an egg chair in every room.
So Duncan, make sure you put the link in the show notes for that. But I want everyone to check out the MTV Cribs with Jeremy Popoff. It is some bungalow in California. It is the worst vibe I've ever seen in there. Like, it's that California vibe, but just the cheesiest furniture. He's got those bubble chairs in every room.
The
They
egg
got pictures
chair.
of awful. I mean, they got tiki bar out back. I think he converted a shed into a tiki bar. Like, you're right, bars everywhere that they're just drinking.
Seems like it's a constant party there. There was like 10 people in the patio.
There's one point where he's talking to Jeremy, and all of a sudden AJ comes in there with
He
he's got a
pops
bottle
in.
of beer, dude.
It's like, oh
That
shit,
killed
can
me
I
when I
say shit?
Oh, and okay, I mean it's from the Woodstock, but he does have on his chest. I had to look that up, but he has stained. So not the band stained, but I guess what they wanted to be called, but it was already taken,
I thought
is
it
what
was
I heard. But
Stain.
stained. It says stained on his chest. Look it up. It's ridiculous on his stomach. Um, I thought it actually said like stoked or something at first, and I was like, "What? He has that written like above his crotch?" But man, I there's something about their style in their house, in their life. They've taken the worst Frank Sinatra California vibe and like it just makes them look like a bunch of bowlers.
Yeah.
Like just I don't know. Why did I
I
think they
mean,
were so
yeah.
cool?
I mean, they love like that the Vegas lights. It's like the whole place is dim.
Oh, it was awful. I do have an interview here. It was in that one, the 25th anniversary of Place in the Sun, and there was a couple good lines in here. I think I already talked about the one yet when they're just we weren't much older than when we wrote that song. Yep, we talked about that. Um, and all of the pictures from this article are absolutely ridiculous. Um, what else here? What's their latest album? Tastes Like Gold. What an
Yeah. Came out in
awful, awful.
2022. I mean, if they
I
played some of it live, I wouldn't really mind, but
I just don't
it's
like the
the
lips, the look of the cover.
oh yeah, it's very
Ugh.
lazy. Yeah.
I
I
mean, this
mean,
one article here, I've already said the one line that's big, but this is in this article on Spin, Duncan. Post this in the show notes. It does have the Carmen Electra MTV Spring Break video. Um, yeah, watch this because it really tells you what '99 was like in the States. Pre 9/11, everything was vibing,
yeah, no,
beaches,
I saw
Carson
yeah.
Daly.
I saw some of that. No, it was they love a good beach, and a good body of water.
I mean, it's one of those bands. I bet you it would be fun if it was on one of those like rock cruises.
Yes. Yes,
Maybe
that
that'd
would
be a
be
good. Okay, I'm
yeah.
looking at their tour dates and okay, nothing here. All right, I got a couple more articles. I'm just going to pop up, and I did save some funny lines, but let's see what Lit is saying here. You know, it's all the same stuff. All these articles, just talking about how they got a taste of it. They're a big arena rock band, and blah blah blah. Um, but there is some good. Hold on, let me just pull it up.
What would have been the biggest show that they played?
I did I hear that they opened for Kiss? Did I read that?
Yeah, that sounds about
I'm
right.
not sure. I think they said Kiss, which is I mean, I don't think Kiss fans would have liked them if these guys were opening. Like, no way.
Oh, Kiss fans would have loved Lit. Fire,
Absolutely
pyro.
not.
They love pyros and things like that.
Um, yeah, I don't think so. I think Kiss fans would say, "Who are these little clowns? Get them off the stage." But
I think Lit would be a great opener for Kiss.
all right, here's a little article. It is from it is post COVID. It's AJ Popoff talks cancel culture, COVID-19, and leaving California. So probably like many people during the pandemic, he was sick of all the lockdowns, so they wanted to leave California. I don't know if that's actually true, but I'm going by the title of the article here. But here we go. I've been told that a song from the album "Kicked Off a Plane" is autobiographical. Would you be able to tell us about that? We've been flying for the majority of our lives and never had any issues. We play by the rules. But one day we spent a long time waiting for a delayed flight, and our guitar tech Christian was with Jeremy and me. The airport bar staff were serving us drinks, so we drank and waited. When we boarded the plane, Christian poured the rest of his beer in an empty coffee cup. Then a flight attendant approached him and said, "Sir, you're not allowed to drink alcohol on the flight." Christian apologized and gave it to her. But then the flight continued to be delayed. Lots of people wearing different uniforms appeared. They approached Kristen and asked him to go with them. We asked why he was getting our buddy kicked off the plane, and they couldn't really answer us, so we all got off. And then we went back to the bar where we continued to serve us more and more drinks and eventually gave us an upgrade. It was a little confusing. Laughs. So, I mean, that's their side of the story, but no, that's not what happened, I'm sure.
No, there's
I'm sure
definitely more to that.
um, I'm sure they got pretty belligerent at airports, and especially after all this drinking catches up to them. Where's the cancel culture part? That's what we're doing here. Well, what's this all? So they all moved to Nashville and did a country album.
Yes. Yeah, that was definitely the downswing of Lit.
Man, I mean,
It would
there's
definitely be
nothing I want to hear.
their worst album. These are the days. It's called. Yeah.
When did that come out?
I mean, I had some songs on yesterday. I was playing them yesterday. Remember?
Yeah, but I hate that new country sound, and it's even worse when it's a band you used to like does that. But like, is this like, was that 2015 or something?
2017, that album came out.
All right, well, that's another little article there. I did have a couple more. Get these ones out. Did you see this, Duncan? We do have an arrest by AJ in Charlotte. Did you see why he was arrested?
When did you get arrested?
So here's a back in November 12th, 1999. So what a year for Lit that was. So near
Oh
the end of
yeah.
the year, here's an article. The lead singer of popular rock band Lit was his own worst enemy Wednesday night in Charlotte. AJ Popoff, frontman for the group Lit, was arrested and charged with indecent exposure after the University of North Carolina Charlotte police said he exposed himself to about 3,500 concert goers at the Halton Arena.
Oh wow.
It was a bit it was a bit shocking, said Matt Wagner, a 19-year-old UNCC sophomore at the show. It was very bizarre. So, right, Lit nearing the end of its final song at about 10 p.m., when Popoff dropped his pants to his ankles and started running around the stage, audience members and campus officials said. UNCC police caught up with the Popoff after he got off stage, informed him the act was illegal, and arrested him. So, I mean, he paid his bail, his court
Yeah.
date, misdemeanor charge, but I mean, he thought it was okay to just pull his pants down, whip it out, run around at a university.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that, Duncan?
Yeah. I mean, they love naked, and they just took it too far. They just don't know when to draw the line. Lit sometimes, I guess.
I mean, I think they think they're being funny, and maybe at that time, like it was, like I think we all thought all that stuff was funny. I mean, even Blink was naked, right?
Oh,
Everywhere.
definitely. But you grow out of it, and
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, I hope they're not doing that anymore.
no.
Another funny thing I think we should do, Dunk, and this is a little surprise for you. I want to make Google and use some of the new AI tools and see what Google has for Lit. So I Googled, and I'm just going to pull it up. Fun facts about Lit and see what AI has done here.
Yeah. What are some fun facts about Lit? What does it say?
Oh, here we go. So a couple of them we talked about. Identity Crisis. So yeah, so we had 1988 pop metal group called Razzle is what they started at. They changed their name to Stain. You're right.
Yeah.
Upon signing a record deal, they discovered the name was already taken.
So it was Stain.
Do you know this one? Stain. Yeah.
Stain. Yeah. The Nirvana song.
I guess. Yeah. I guess they were big fans, but the name was taken, so they had to change it to Lit. Which I'm kind of bummed that they got the name Lit. That's a good name, but
I think it's a great name.
it's good. But I don't know.
It's memorable. I mean, people remember it. Yeah.
So there's
Razzle,
apparently something
Stain.
in Google AI is telling me LimeWire confusion. Do you remember this? So if anyone doesn't know what LimeWire is, back in the day, file sharing illegal. There was first Napster, and then I think soon after LimeWire was like 2 or 3, and you could download songs, and that's
Now,
how.
what was some of the
was,
other ones? Like I had Napster.
There's all sorts. LimeWire was. I remember that logo. Anyway, it said because of file sharing errors in platforms like LimeWire, many people grew up mistakenly believing My Own Worst Enemy was actually a Blink song. Did you know that?
I mean, that definitely makes sense because, yeah, like I mean, it's very like the Lit and Blink were connected in that way with that video, and I mean, these albums were very summer albums, and they like to be naked.
So they are local legends too. Brothers AJ and Jeremy Popoff are deeply rooted in their hometown of Fullerton, and they own and operate the Slide Bar Rock and Roll Kitchen, which I think we looked up and it was closed now. But man, yeah, it's closed. Oh,
What was
man,
something about they owned a tattoo shop? Lit.
they really? Oh wow, okay. I am looking up at some Google reviews right now. The Slide Bar Rock and Roll Kitchen. It has closed, but all the Google reviews are still up. It looks like they had bands in there too. Like, Duncan, Google that right now. Oh yeah, they had a little stage. So all right, so they're helping out the local
Slide
scene.
bar?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, just regular Google reviews, but nothing out of the ordinary. I just want to see if there's some really bad ones. Oh yeah, people got Cadillacs out front. Yeah. Well, good for Lit, helping out the community. That's fine. One thing I think Duncan, we did kind of briefly mention, but yeah, the drummer did die, 39 years old. Um, really tragic. What was it? Brain
Yeah,
cancer.
brain cancer. He had brain cancer. Yeah. And then
Super young.
they dedicated that "View from the Bottom" album for him in 2012, and I think that's when they did the full like "A Place in the Sun" front to back around that time.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm surprised they haven't done that album front to back on a tour because I mean it was huge at the time, or at least I thought it was. But you said they did for the drummer, one of his last shows or something like that, or no? Was it a tribute to him?
It seemed to be like a hometown legacy thing.
One of the big things I saw in that little YouTube documentary was when the drummer was diagnosed.
Yeah.
The band all moved in together into a house, took him to all his appointments. Um, Honestly,
Wow.
so sweet what they did for him. That really warmed up my heart. And they were there, his final days. So, they really were a band right to the end. And it's good that the bass player's still in that too. Like
Yeah.
obviously they
Yeah.
had to replace the drummer, but I feel
Yeah.
like
No, they're a
it's
tight
always
band.
nice
They're
to
a
see.
tight band. Yeah.
Okay, I do have one little funny thing that I did find here too. That just searching for lit. Listen to this. Okay, this is a random person on Reddit. So again, I don't know what how true this is, but AJ Popoff did follow up. So here's someone on Reddit saying, or not Reddit, on social media. What's an insult you receive that you still think about to this day? So I was working in a downtown Disney in like 2002 selling glow necklaces and spinning lights and stuff.
Is this
Lit
Jeremy or
had just
AJ?
This is AJ. So this is a guy working, and he said Lit had just finished at the House of Blues and walked by me with their entourage. And the lead singer of Lit said, "Look at this idiot with all the glow necklaces." And then the guy says, "I stopped listening to their music." So the best part about this, though, Duncan, is AJ actually followed up on Twitter and said, "Sorry, man. Can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk?"
Amazing.
So I did like that. That was awesome. So I
That
mean,
is
it
great.
kind of I can see AJ walking by some guy with all these glow sticks, and he's just buzzing from a show, getting off, and
He
next thing
didn't mean to
is this
call him that.
loser over here. Like we've done stuff like that too.
Now that's
So
great that
anyway,
he reached out to him.
you know what that means? I don't know. Like even I don't think that he actually replied. He replied to him, but I don't think this was directed at AJ Popoff. So he's to me maybe he's just looking up like lit band on like and seeing if people are talking about him still. But anyway,
Oh wow.
absolutely hilarious right there.
Yeah, that is funny.
All right, so we did talk about, one thing we're going to talk about is just some set lists and if the band has played it live. So Place in the Sun, Duncan, you looked at this? You said they have played it.
Yeah, it seemed that they played it front to back February 28th, 2014. The House of Blues in Anaheim, California. Yeah. So that must have been after that album that they dedicated to the drummer.
I'm looking at this now, like I feel like the best songs are always played from it when they play shows. Like seeing the album, this isn't an album I don't think that front to back you need to see it. You're getting the hits every night that, three singles. They're going to play No Big Thing.
Is there a set
Why do
list
you
for
need all
this?
that
Where's
other
the set
filler?
list for this?
I just looked up their setlist.fm and just some recent ones. And I just saw what they're playing live. And yeah, they're playing all the songs that I thought were bangers from this album.
Yeah, they're keeping out. Yeah. How much of
Let me look up that Toronto.
what's some of their newest set lists? Let's take a look. Yeah, they're playing a lot
Okay,
of
so
new
I guess
stuff.
so that lit at Toronto at the Opera House. It is not posted, so we don't know what they played there, but I'm sure we could find what they were playing that tour because I feel like they're a band that's just every night they're playing the same thing. They're not.
I have a
Changing it
couple
up.
songs here.
But did you know they played the year before at Amphitheater?
I have a couple songs here from the concert archives. It's saying "Something to Someone" would have been the first song for sure. "Over My Head"
Oh, nice.
that would have been the first, and then they got into Ziploc. They had "Miserable" there, "Happy in the Meantime," which we remember. "For My Own Worst Enemy." It might not be the entire set list though.
I mean, yeah, it sounds familiar, but did you know they played Molson Amphitheater the year before
Yes,
that? Like, they must have been opening for someone.
with No Doubt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did tour with No Doubt and whatever. Yes, we didn't see them too, but they
And
also played in '99 twice. Too.
Black Eyed Peas was the other band, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm surprised we didn't go to that
interesting.
actually.
Yeah. Um, all right, Duncan. I think this is something I've taken from a funny podcast we love. But if you ever go to Ticketmaster and you start reading reviews of some bands, it is absolutely hilarious, Duncan. So I'm going to throw out some random reviews, and I'm just picking random ones that I'm finding right here, right now. So it's going to try to make you laugh a little bit. But here's the top review right now for Lit Band, taken actually last year. I have seen Lit 10 times or so over the years, and it is always great. This was no exception. Good energy, good songs. I only wish their set was longer. 10 times.
Oh
Like,
wow,
what?
how long was
Who's
their
seen them
set?
10 times? I know, who knows? But, like, I don't think they were doing 2 hour sets.
What year? What
Um,
year would that have been?
that was 2025. I'm just looking at random lit reviews. Not many bad ones here. Oh, here's one. The group is so personal and comes out after the concert and visit the crowd and gives autographs. I go to a lot of concerts and traveled one way 3 hours to see them. That's ridiculous. Would be there again in a heartbeat. Dude, don't travel 3 hours, but I get it. Could be
Well, I
your favorite
mean,
band, but
yeah. I mean, I'd travel an hour, but it's like I need a group. I'm not going by myself.
oh, look at this. I always love listening to Lit. Great band, great, he says museum, but he means music probably. Great museum, great guys. I just wasn't aware I had to pay $250 just to sit down. I probably wouldn't have done that. If I would have paid in advance, it might have been cheaper, but I didn't check. I had to leave early. Sorry guys, my legs and feet were killing me for standing up since 7:30. What? So there we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
give them a
okay.
seat to sit down, and see Lit.
$250 to see Lit. Ooh, and that's in the US too. Yeah, don't spend that money. Um, what else you got for Lit? Anything else funny you wanna go before we do a little vinyl show and tell?
I mean, yeah, there's a couple of things that that they were in, like some movies and things like that, like TV shows. You can hear Lit in, like, all kinds of, like, Malcolm in the Middle and things like that. American
Oh, dude,
Pie.
they were ever. Oh yeah, all those teen movies at the time. What was that one that they were like prominent in? Was there one?
I mean, the
Was
Titan
the
AE. They had that Titan AE. Is that what you're thinking?
maybe didn't you say the Replacements? Was that the one or?
Oh yeah, and the Replacements movie, right at the beginning, it's Ziploc,
Yes.
but probably
Um,
not as many as you would think, I guess.
that yeah, you mentioned it, but the Pamela Anderson, the VIP show, you showed me that clip. Oh my goodness, like awful, like one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah, some bad
Um,
acting. Yeah,
please make
good
sure you
episode.
put that in the show notes. People need to see that. Yeah, that show's awful too, right?
I mean, I used to kind of watch it back in the day, but you watch it now, it's not very good. But I mean, it was definitely a really funny episode.
Yeah, that is gold. That is
It's a funny
gold. But
story
yeah, how
about
it?
them asking her to be in the video, though, and she agreed to do it for like no money. It's just like her makeup and crew would be paid.
Yeah, why did she just do all that for free? I heard that too, and that
Love Pam.
yeah, was that when she was post Tommy or pre Tommy Lee?
I would say during. I'm not sure.
I got some things to say about Tommy Lee, but we'll save that for another episode. But I mean, it's yeah. I mean, after she was done with Tommy, I guess she still wanted those tattooed, dark-haired guys, and Jeremy or AJ Popoff was around. Sure, I'll do your video. Oh my god! All right, Duncan, time for the vinyl. Let's see it. Bust it out. How much have you spent on lit vinyl? What does it go for? What's released?
Well, it's funny. When I first bought this, I actually bought it for quite cheap, but it became really rare very fast.
Does it have
And
anything the album doesn't?
yeah, it's got that acoustic down version
Oh, nice.
and that Aussie cover of Snowblind.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wish it had
Yeah.
money. It doesn't have money, though.
Um, and yeah, what's the other B side? Bitter. Yeah, hold that up. Yeah. Let's see that. So it's the same as in the CD back in the day. Lyrics are in there.
Well, the
Yeah, that's
CD
nice.
pictures on the back. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I just hate their vibe. Anyway, um, so what's it go for these days? Is it expensive or nothing? It's nothing.
Oh, now it's probably pretty expensive. Yeah. You can't just buy that. Even like the one disc, because I bought it for my brother. He doesn't really like it too much. I was kind of pushing it on him.
Duncan, I just sent you something in the chat there, but take a look at this. I found this for you. You're gonna like this. It's the Razzle. You can buy it CD. It's on Discogs.
Oh, I don't
So I
want
know you
that.
were. You don't want that. Check if it was ever released on vinyl. I don't think so at the time, but it can go for as much as a couple $100. So this thing was rare, but I'm curious about this. I do want to listen to this after.
No, if you want to buy this lit vinyl, there's one for $183 and one for $250.
Wow, for a place in the sun. Man, so this Discogs has Razzle's got cassettes and demos and stuff too, but they have one CD. I am curious to hear what it sounds like, but this is a 5-song
Any
EP.
songs? No, I don't think I've heard any of those songs.
No, and I think that's when it said they were pop metal. So, and I mean, even are you looking at the click on the photo of that too? Like, look at how they
Yeah.
look. They look like
No,
a
is that
bad
just
Red Hot
like
Chili
a
Peppers. So,
cartoon?
oh my God, look at the other photos of the band in there too. Look at the second one.
Oh
I don't even know
wow,
who's who. Man,
that's
so they just change their style with whatever's popular. Like, I get that, whatever, but it's going to the country thing. Like, did they look all ridiculous too? Like wearing all Western clothes and stuff?
Oh, I don't
They
know.
keep that vibe.
I'm sure they sharpened up from this.
All right. Well, I gotta say, researching this, talking about these guys, I am so sick of these pop-off brothers. I can't wait to not talk about them again. And look, Lit will always be funny to me. I will always like a couple of those singles, but my days with Lit are over.
We'll always play them time to time. If you ever go up to a cottage, they're a go-to.
I don't know if I'll ever put on the album front to back again. It doesn't. I don't know.
I mean, front to back, or I'm usually only listening to albums front to back if it's like brand new, or I have been craving it or something. But I mean, I'm always going to throw Lit on a mix and kind of keep them around.
How often are you listening to Lit?
Not much. I mean, a lot recently because of this episode, but
Before this, how
not
long?
much in the grand scheme of things. No, they're not like a band that's really that much exciting for me anymore. But
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put on some of their later albums because I want something happened where
listen to the
we were-
self-titled album. It's good.
I feel like you were pushing it a lot at the time, but like I don't know. I feel like our tastes were changing so much at that time that it was one thing to the next, and Lit just got lapped. And I mean that 2001 was their follow up to A Place in the Sun, and then what 2004, which at the time 3 years between albums was a long time.
Yeah, I loved
think-
Atomic. I thought Atomic was some of the
Loved
best
Atomic.
Lit that there was.
I think one day we will do that episode if we keep doing this, and I think I like that album like even to this day.
I think they like it more than A Place in the Sun. Like they think that it's a stronger album.
Dude, on that album, reading about it, it said that it was mispriced. Did you hear that? So record stores were selling it at the time for $24.99 US, and it was supposed to be 14, and like big fuck up.
Do you remember where you bought some of these albums?
So this is about the time I'm trying to think. Like we must have. I was working in a record store, but that was kind of after this. So maybe around Atomic could have been there. But this was still when we were Friday nights or Thursdays when albums would come out. We were going to the mall to get these. Like,
Yeah, Future
spending
Shop.
all of our allowance.
Future Shop was a big thing for CDs at the time.
And like everyone was buying everything too. Like you wasn't like one person buys it and we all like everyone was getting a Lit Atomic when it came out.
I mean, who's everyone? Me, you, Greg.
I'd be very curious to know if the gentleman you just mentioned is still listening to Lit, what his thoughts are on Lit. I've thrown out a couple, random. What's your thoughts on Lit to people? Some of our friends and family, and I don't think people remember or care much about Lit.
No. My brother sure doesn't.
Yeah, I threw it out to Sarah, and she knew the song and stuff, but it's flash in the pan for her. She was on to the next thing. I don't think she ever listened to the album front to back. And
I think they're a singles band for most people, to be honest.
I bet you a lot of people thought they were a one-hit wonder too, and I don't consider them that.
Well, I mean, it's funny. I was talking to some people about them, and they had no idea who Lit was till I started singing my own worst enemy, and it's like, oh, I know that band. It's like,
Yeah,
those songs reached
huge.
a lot of people.
All right. So this is what we're going to do on every show at the end. Instead of rating the albums, which I think, we'll still kind of do too. I'll
We
ask
have
you
our
about
own way
that.
of rating them.
Yeah. Our own way of rating it will be this. How much would you be willing to pay if Lit is coming to your hometown 2026 or whatever year you're listening to this? What are you willing to pay for this? And Duncan, throw it out there. How much are you willing to give all of a sudden Place in the Sun tour?
I
What do
mean,
you think?
some of these things, it's like I don't think that there's a price that I wouldn't pay. Like if you told me that this sold out really fast and I couldn't get a ticket and I had to pay about $300, I would pay
That's
three.
that's
I would pay
yeah,
that.
go to the limit.
I
Wow.
mean,
$300.
I guess I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't pay 700. Like unless I'm meeting them.
I mean,
Unless I'm meeting
how
the
about that too?
band. Yeah. What's that?
Meet and greet with them as well too. Meet and greet. You get to meet them. You get to sign your vinyl. What are you paying for Lit?
I don't like signed things, for the record. But I don't know. I would probably say realistically like $500.
Wow.
But there's not a price I
Wow.
wouldn't pay. Like I would have to see that show.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't pay much for them. I'd honestly, I wrote down here, it's got to be a good venue. So let's just say they're playing at a small venue. It's easy to get tickets. I wouldn't want to spend $100 on that. I wouldn't want to be three digits is like, even though that's, it's not a ton of money for a show in 2026. It's just I don't know. I don't want I don't want to tell anyone I paid $100 to see Lit. Like who? That one band? Like $100? Like, no. So I go 85 max.
85.
Like, and that's 85 bucks service charges. And I'm, like, I know I'm going to buy a couple of drinks there, probably a couple extras because it'd be a fun show. Like you'd be, singing along the whole time. But after hearing that album again for the last couple of weeks, I don't think it's a front to back banger of an album that you need to see that. I think you see them playing a random show opening for someone, you're getting the best songs from this. Even if they played their own show, they'll play a couple of those extra filler songs. That's all you need.
I
But
think this would be a great album front to back, personally. But I mean, I think I'm overstretching my 500. It's there wouldn't be a price that I wouldn't want to pay to see this because it's such an album that like we never got front to back
and we never saw them. If
we
we saw
never
them
really
the one
saw. We
time,
only saw them that one time. You're right. Now
I'm
here's another
very
question.
curious.
Here's another question. Did we ever have any Lit merchandise? You have a Lit shirt? I didn't.
No, I mean, because we didn't go to a show, they didn't come.
Yeah,
Like we would have
yeah.
spent so much money on this band at the time.
Yeah.
Like I, I mean, yeah, probably at the time that they did come, they either didn't bring merch or like we just didn't have any money to buy another shirt from another band. But I'm surprised. You're right. No one like. What's their merch store? Let's just quickly see that there too, because it was
What's
up
their
on there. I'd
merch
love
look
to
like?
see.
Would you buy a shirt
Prob-
today?
I mean, it's probably like those dumb logos and stuff. But here it is, U.S. merch. Oh my God, Duncan! Here, I'm going to send it to you right now in the chat. Here, let's look at this together.
Oh, I'm looking at it.
I feel like you should have a Lit shirt.
For a second, I thought I did, but no, I definitely did not.
So they got My Own Worst Enemy shirts still. So they're still going on that. Oh, you can buy Lit guitar picks. Those look kind of cool. They're signed by them too.
Oh wow!
Um,
Look at that.
there's that
hat.
special edition one.
That Lit trucker hat.
Oh, it looks horrible. Oh, they got the Lit like kiss kind of thing too. No, again, like that kind of cheesy California cocktail kind of martini vibe in the logo. I mean, it actually looks better than that hat there. That hat looks bad. But anyway, you know what? They're trying. These guys are, they made a good career out of this. They've inspired a lot of bands. They're not pop punk, in my opinion. Duncan, what's your final words on Lit?
I mean, I think that they are, but I mean, yeah, there's. I think that that album Atomic is as essential to Lit as the album that we just talked about, A Place in the Sun, for like their legacy. Like Atomic and A Place in the Sun are pretty much on par with each other.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'd say that too, for sure. You know what I think? I think this album is I'm giving it being a little too hard on it, but personally, it's just I didn't think it's as good as I thought it was back in the day. But they've done well for themselves, and good on them. Um, Good guys. Don't ever want to hear AJ and Jeremy pop off again. Um, Signing out for Lit. Uh, Duncan, any last words on anything else you want to talk about? You want to talk about what else we're going to do in this podcast? What do you want to do? Any words on the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of giving it a score, a bit of a not out of 10, but out of how many songs there are, and may almost like say how many skips there are in the album. So to me,
Sure.
I'm giving that. I'm saying that there's 2 skips on the album, and it's gonna pretty much be the last 2 songs on the album for me.
I'm skipping.
The best is yet to come undone, and the title track, "A Place in the Sun." So that's about an 83% album score.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah. Okay, so you know what? Look, if you're doing it that way, I'll just make it up on the spot here. I like the first 6 songs, and that's it.
Yeah,
So
that's what I mean.
anything
It
else?
was very front heavy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Decent album. Then what is it? 6 out of 12. What is that? 50? Is there 12 songs on this album?
You get 50%.
Yeah. Here we go. 50%. There we go. Lit. Good stuff.
Just passes.
Totally. Yeah, Duncan, podcast. Anything you want to mention? Anything you want to get out there so people know what the hell this is, what we're doing, or are we just winging it?
No, I think that we're gonna do a couple albums, couple more albums coming up, and I think we want to do Goldfinger next, and
Yeah.
maybe get like 1 or 2 a month here and see how it goes, and just
like it.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think we may be making fun of some of these bands a little bit. We may be going digging a little deep into them as well too, but it's all in good fun. If any of these guys ever listen, we're sorry about some of the things we said when we were drunk. We didn't mean to call you that, but I would still, AJ, Jeremy, you did well. Keep it going. Keep the California vibe going. And yeah. All right, Duncan, signing off. Any last words?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered most of it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to talking with you again, buddy.
Sounds good. All right, signing off, everyone. See you later. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.